Okay, here we go. So financial documents. First scenario coming straight from a grade 11 exam. Johnson worked in London for 13 years and came back during the December holidays in 2013 to South Africa. He wanted to start a garden service business in 2014, and he would employ two men to assist him. In the annexure below that you'll see here, you find a quotation he obtained from Rio Hardware Store, and then you need to answer the questions below. So obviously this is a business, and he's going to buy equipment from this hardware store to start his business. So here is a quotation documents. Okay. So you ask the company or the business to give you a quote on products, and then whatever they quote you, that's what you pay. All right. So it's getting an idea of the prices before you pay. And you'll see over here, uh, there's a space where there isn't any information, but there's usually a date there that they put down. It says valid until. So this quotation will be valid up until a certain date. If you buy these items within that date, then you get these prices. Okay. Outside of that date, the prices could change. So this is just getting an idea of prices before you actually purchase. And then if you want to purchase, you can use this quotation and say, I have this quotation, I want to purchase all of these items, and then they refer back to this document. Okay, so this document will include items and codes and prices for them and quantities. Okay, so obviously at the top we have all the general information that we usually do for financial documents. There's the customer information, all right, and then we have the company information over here. Okay, so the usual story with financial documents, all the customer and company information, and here is the quotation number, like an invoice number, but a quotation number. And here is the date of the quotation. All right. Again, they can ask all kinds of questions about this. And if they do, you're happy because those are free marks, cheap marks, if they ask you about those blocks of information there. But let's have a look at the items. So we've got four different items listed here. All right. So number one, we have item codes. Okay, so the business will have these codes for their items on the left there. And then we have the item description over here. All right, and looking at a rake, a brush cutter, a refuse bag, and some oil, two-stroke oil. Looks like this person wants to start up a gardening business, maybe. And then we have quantities for these products over here, unit prices, price per unit, price for one, okay? And then the total on the right-hand side here is taking the quantity and multiplying it by the unit price to get your total. All right. So quantity times unit price will get your total on the right-hand side there. All right. So this is what a basic quotation looks like. At the bottom, we have total net value. All right. That'll be all these items added up. And please note over here in this quotation, it's excluding VAT. And then at the bottom, they will tell you how much VAT you're going to pay. And obviously, we've got a letter A here, which means they're going to ask us something about that. All right, so you add up all these values to get a total. Then you can work. Then they work out the VAT for you, and they tell you at the bottom here how much VAT you're going to pay on all these items. All right. Okay, let's get into the questions. I hope you all understand that. Number one, calculate his total cost A, excluding VAT, that he will pay for the equipment. All right, so get your calculators ready. Some calculator practice for you. You should all have your calculators with you. Let's see who gets it the fastest. Don't make mistakes. No human error. We'll try and avoid human error. But let's see what the total for A is, excluding VAT. Aibo, Katlego. That was very fast. All right, let's see. All of you should be trying this one. Just calculator work, add them all up, and see what you get. Katlejo was very fast with the total there. Let's see some of the rest of you working that out, adding up these values and getting a total. Let's see what you get, and then we'll check it together. Anyone else with a total? Anybody? There we go. Tando. I hope you did it on your own, and that confirms Katlejo's number. We'll check now. All right, are these two people with their answers? Let's have a look. I'll get my calculator out and check as well. I'm sure Tando and Katlejo are fine with their calculations. Hey, Kian. But let's check. So adding on 4735. What's going on here? Where's my calculator? There we go. 4735.08 plus 84.18 plus 28.94. Yes, nice and easy. 505871. All right. Nice and easy. Free marks in the bag. No worry, Keon. Don't stress. All right, moving on. We're starting with financial documents, Keon, but we had a very easy question finding out the total for A. So I'm going to write here 505871. Let's see what the next question is. All right. Number 2, the high density HD plastic refuse bags are sold in rolls of 20 bags per roll. Determine the price of one plastic bag. Now, what are they talking about? They are talking about this line over here. Okay. Those are refuse bags, and they come in a roll of 20. All right. They want to know how much for one bag if it comes in a roll of 20. I'll give you guys 2 minutes to do that. And then put a thumbs up or put your answer in chat to let us know if you're done. Refuse bags, 20 in a roll. What is the price for one bag? As soon as you got your answer, just post it in chat or give us a thumbs up that you're done and we can move on and check it. All right, guys should be getting an answer now. 20 bags in a roll. We got a price for 20 bags. What is the price for one bag? Okay, that looks pretty good, Kaon. Good. Anyone else want to confirm? Any other answers out there? We've got answers coming through. Tano, that looks very big. All right, we've got a couple of answers coming through there. Don't forget, guys, to round off to 2 decimal places and show units wherever you can. All right, let's have a look. Let's try to do it. So we see here the price, the unit price. This column here is the unit price column. All right. What's going on with my pen? Able. Sorry, guys. So this column over here is the unit price column, price for one of these items. So this price for the refuse bags, 2806, is for one roll of bags. Okay, so it's 2806 for one roll. This person bought 3, and 3 costs 84 Rand. So we don't want to use the 84 Rand 18 because that's the price for 3 rolls. We just want one roll, which is 2806. So down here, we're going to say it's 2806 for one roll, and each roll has 20 bags. Okay, so we're going to divide this by 20. All right, so 28.06 divided by 20 equals 1403. Yes, 14. Whoopsie. Put the decimal in there, 1,403 per bag. And we're going to round this off to 2 decimal places, 1,40 per bag. All right, Keon, well done. Good job. Okay, excellent. Question number 3, let's have a look. Write down the month in which Johnson requested the quotation. Don't worry, Otlile. Write down the month in which Johnson requested the quotation. When did he request this quotation? There it is on the screen. There's the quotation. When is this quotation for? When is the quotation for? When did he request the quotation? All right. There we go. Everybody should be getting this one. Yes, well done, Fatima. Kayan, good job. Right, 28th of December. Okay, so here is the date of the quotation. All right, the date that he requested it, the 28th of December 2013. Yes, you all on the money. There's 2 marks in the bag for you. Free money. All right, very good. So 28th of December 2013. Good. Number 4, write down the VAT number that Johnson has been issued by SARS. All right, so when you own a company, your company will get a VAT number. This question is mistaken. It's not Johnson's VAT number. It's Rio Hardware's VAT number. So there it is. So this question is mistaken. It's not Johnson's VAT number. It's Rio Hardware's VAT number. So all this information over here is for Rio Hardware, the hardware store, their address, their telephone number, etc., 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 even their email address. So that VAT number there is for the hardware store. So that question is definitely a mistake. Yes. Sure, you guys typed that out very quickly. All right, yes, that's the one, 875489638368. That is the only VAT number on this quotation, but it's not for Johnson. It's for Rio Hardware. So the question is mistaken there. Okay. But yes, you guys are correct. That is the VAT number that they're talking about. Okay. Let's move on to the next question. Number 5. Determine what item. Yes, well done, Katlego. Determine what the item is that has an SKU number. An SKU number of RBC 5622. RBC 5622. Now remember that, RBC 5622. Which item has that number, RBC 5622? What is the item that has that SKU number? Can you all see it? Yes, well done. Good job, good job, good job. Brush cutters. Yes, so there it is there. There's the SKU number. So they're looking at the brush cutter. Very good. Nice and easy. Yo, guys, we're enjoying these free marks. Free marks. Yes, well done to you all. Good job. Brush cutters. Okay, but you know what I'm like, hey? We start with the easy stuff, then we work our way to the harder stuff. So there are some more challenging questions coming later on, but let's use these as a warm-up. Very good. So that SKU number is for the brush cutter. Okay. So when they say determine what item, we will write here brush cutter. Okay. Number 6, write down the quotation number Johnson will have to use if he decides to buy the equipment. What is the quotation number? Guys, this is too easy. Free marks here. Quotation number. All right, there it is. Yes, you don't have to put it in chat. Don't worry, I'm just showing it there. There's the quotation number. And if he likes what he sees, he will use his quotation number and say, guys, you quoted me on these prices. Excuse me. You have to give me these prices if he decides to purchase within the date that that this quotation is valid for. They'll always put a date in the quotation, valid until such and such a date. If he buys within that date, excuse me, then he can get, yes, Tando, that's exactly it. He can get these prices. So there's a quotation number over there. Yep, nice and easy. Well done. Good job. Just reading it off the the quotation document. So these last 6 marks really have been pretty easy in this whole question. Okay, we had question number 1, which was a little bit of a calculation. We had question number 2, also a very simple calculation, but 3, 4, and 5 is all reading off. In fact, 6 as well. These 4 questions, 2 marks each, all reading information off this document. We are hoping for a question like this in the exam. 8 marks in the bag. Thank you very much. Here we go, number 7. And by the way, I actually added this question in for a little bit of a challenge. Number 7, calculate the discounted price, which includes VAT, for one Ryobi brush cutter if the price shown in the quotation is discounted by 35%. So what if the shop says, oh, by the way, we'd like to give you a discount, or he phones back and says, guys, come on, can you not lower the prices here a little bit? They'll say, all right, fine, the brush cutter will drop the price by 35%. What is that new price going to be, including VAT, if the discount is 35%? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and fetch the price. Okay, so here it is over here. That's the price for one brush cutter. He bought 2, but that's the price for 1. So 2367 and 54 cents. I'm going to bring it down here. 2367, 2367 and 54 cents. There's the price for one brush cutter. Just remember, that's excluding VAT. I want to know, what is the price including VAT if this price is discounted by 35%? I'm going to give you guys some time to try this. Give you 3 minutes to try, a little bit of a challenge. Let's see who gets this one. Easy question so far, but let's see who gets this challenging question right. Grade 10s, are you up for it? Oh. Tana, that looks a little bit bigger. We need to discount. We need to drop this price by 35%. It looks a little bit big. Hope you're all trying this one. Nice challenging question, making you think. All right, hope you're all working hard on this one. Don't know, so you're trying, but you got to drop that price by not just 35 cents, 35%. 35% of that price. So 35% of the price you see there, work out 35% of that value, of this value here, and drop it down by that value. Okay. And then don't forget, once you've dropped the price by 35%, we need to work out what is the new price with VAT. All right, hope you're all working furiously on this one. Everyone should be working. Your calculators, pen, and paper should be there. Everyone should be trying it. We should get some answers very soon. All right, Tando. Excellent. Okay, good. Try it now, and then put an answer up. All right, Kayan, with an answer there. Okay, good. Thank you. Let's see someone else. Let's see some other answers here, guys. Not all watching the screen. You trying it yourself. Practice makes perfect. You want to improve your marks, you got to practice, 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 practice. Okay. Remember, we actually forgot to do the rules tonight. This is not Netflix. This is a class you got to practice these questions, eh? Forgot to do the rules. That's the first time I think I've done that. Don't worry, VUA. Okay, we're doing financial documents. All right, so if you look at this question on the screen now, VUA, it says this is a price here, 2,367.54 for an item. We want to know what is the price of this item including VAT. If we take this excluding VAT price, drop it by 35%, what is the price going to be including VAT? Okay, there's Kayan with a value there. Good. Well done, Kayan. Thank you. Well done, Katlejo. Good job. Good job. Good job. All right. And remember, you're going to have these calculations somewhere written down or on your calculator there. So we want to check them once you've done it and see if there is a difference, where is the difference? If there is a mistake, where is the mistake? All right. Most of the time it's silly mistakes, but you want to see for yourself where it's different, where the mistakes are so we can correct them. Okay. Well done, Sonke. Good job. Good job. Excellent. Well done, guys. Okay, good. We've got a good couple of answers in here. If you're still busy, you carry on. I'm going to start it off and then we'll compare at the end. Okay, so firstly, this price here is excluding VAT. Let's keep it excluding VAT for now. We'll add VAT on at the end. Let's drop this price by 35%. Now we're going to do the two-step solution here. So we're going to take this value and work out 35% of this. All right, so we say times 35 over 100, and this will give us a value. All right, so let's do that now. So 2367.54 times 35 over 100 is 828,639. 828,639. Now, why am I not rounding off here? Because it's not the end of the question. So do not round off. We keep that there. Now, we take this 35% of that value and we remove it. All right, so this is how much we must drop this price by. So we're going to subtract it. All right, so we're going to say minus 828.639 equals, so 2367.54 minus 828.639. 1538901, 1538901. That is the reduced price. Okay, so we've taken the discount, which is 35% of the price. We've worked it out and we've removed it. All right, so this is the reduced price, but this price is still excluding VAT. So the last step we have to do now is to add VAT on. Now, I'm going to do both ways because I know you guys like the two-step method. So I'll do it here on the left-hand side. Okay, so we're going to take this now, 1538,901, and work out 15% of it. All right, so I'm just going to times this on the screen here by 15%, and then we'll add the VAT back on. So that's 230,83505 to, whoopsie, 230,83515, 83515. That is the VAT. Now we're going to add it on, and I'm going to cheat. I'm tired of writing long numbers all the time, so I'm just going to let's just use that and add these together. Add on 1538.901. That gives us 1769,73615. So 1769, whoopsie, 1769, 73615, 73615. All right, and we need to round that off. So 1769,74. All right, remember we're looking at the second decimal place there, and the 6 will change it to a 4. So that is our final answer with the VAT included. Now on the right-hand side here, I'm going to take the same value, 1538, comma 901, and use the short method of multiplying by 1.15. And let's see what we get on this. All right, so 1538.901 times 1.15, 1769 is exactly the same answer. I'll show it again on the screen if you guys don't believe me, but it's exactly the same answer. All right, there it is on the calculator screen. Exactly the same. Okay. All right. Keon, usually your first attempt, your first thought process when you immediately see a question is usually the correct one. Okay. If you look at a question and you're not sure what to do, then there's a chance that you could make a mistake. But usually your first thought process when you analyze a question very quickly is usually the correct one. Okay. That's why when you read the exam, when they give you, usually they should give you some time to read over the exam. It's very important that you do that. First of all, to see what's coming. Secondly, to read through the questions, just glance through them. You might not think that you actually are understanding everything in detail, but actually your brain subconsciously is starting to work out those problems. And then when you come back to the question again, you do have a method that you can apply. Okay, so well done. All right, so Sonke was close. Katlejo there on the money. Tando was close there with the second answer. Keon, yes, was on the money the first time there. Well done. Okay. So all these people that are getting the 1,500, what is the difference? All right, what is the difference? Like Fatima, do you check there where the difference is? What are we doing different, Fatima? You and now, where is the difference between your answers and mine? So if you look at all your calculations, there's the first part and then the second part. Where are we going wrong, Fatima? What is the difference there? Just check, okay? So you've got this part here. You're showing that, Fatima. I see now. You just haven't added the VAT on at the end. All right, so you're on the money here with your answer, but you just hadn't added the VAT on at the end. Okay, because the question says they want a VAT included price. All right, so you were halfway there. Well done, Fatima, halfway there. Okay, any questions about this? Are we all good? Can we move on to the next scenario? You all good? Yeah. That was a nice question. All right. Speak now, never hold your peace. We're going to move on to the next scenario. Hope you're all with us. Hope you're all practicing. I know you're studying. I know you are tired, but let's see what else they have here. All right. I'm going to increase this a little bit. All right. There we go. Mrs. Rogue invested money monthly from 2016 to 2020 at Company A. She terminated her investment and received the statement below from Old Mutual. I find that quite funny because the people that set this question don't want to name. Oh, maybe that's the company. Oh, okay, that could be the share price. All right. Okay, so they invested money in a company through Old Mutual. And then this person, Mrs. Rogue, decided to terminate her investment. And then Old Mutual gives her a statement. All right, so Old Mutual sends this to her and says, Mrs. Rogue, this is your contract number. That's you. This is your investment plan, what you invested in. This is your start date of investing, 1st of July 2016. And this is the last premium due date. So this is what you should have, excuse me, that's how long you should have invested for. All right. Next line, let's have a look. You invested in this company. This is the unit price for each of the shares of this investment. This is how many units you have. We don't know what that is. And this is the value of the fund that you invested. Okay. So that's how much your units of that business are worth now. All right. Let's go further down. Then we see here this line which says difference between the fund value and termination value. So this lady is terminating her investment, and there's going to be, when you terminate an investment, you pay penalties. All right. So this is what they're showing her now, Mrs. Rogue. They're saying the difference between the fund value and the termination value. So you're not going to get all your money out, Mrs. Rogue. This is what you should be getting, 8,038 cents. Sorry, 8,038 rand and 7 cents. This is the fund value, Mrs. Rogue. Here. But we have some reduction fees and transaction charges that we have to charge you for terminating, which will be at B. Therefore, Mrs. Rogue, your termination value, which is this one here, is 6,995 Rand and 25 cents. So that's what you're going to get if you terminate now, Mrs. Rogue. All right. By the way, Mrs. Rogue, we also see that you have made withdrawals already on this fund on a certain date, and that's how much you withdrew. Okay. I hope you guys understand all this. So the person invests money into the fund, it accumulates over time because the person is investing monthly amounts over time. And this is how much the fund's value is, 8,038 Rand and 7 cents. But this person wants to terminate now. And they're saying, well, if you terminate now, there are reduction fees and charges, and you're only going to get this 6,995 Rand and 25 cents. Okay. Not good. Okay. So try not to terminate your investments. And then the last section at the bottom here, we see expected premium details at 25th of March 2020. This is the current premium that you were paying. You were paying this much every month into this investment. There's no annual interest rate here. This is your interest, your premium is going to increase on this day to this value. You're investing 100% in this company here. Excuse me. And these are the total premiums that you've paid. Now, if I was this person and I got this statement, I would be pretty upset because these are all the premiums that this person's paid to date up till now. This person's paid 12,924 and 75, but this is the fund value. This is what the value of the fund is right now. 8,038 and 7 cents. So what this person has invested and what the value of these shares are is actually lower than what they invested. Yikes. That's not good. No wonder Mrs. Rogue wants to terminate this investment. Mrs. Rogue is losing money, not making any money in this investment. But, by the way, they say, Mrs. Rogue, if you do terminate now, due to fees, you're only going to get 6,995 Rand. So I hope that all makes sense. If there are any questions, ladies and gentlemen, please feel free to ask. Okay? But hopefully one day you guys all get to invest in companies like this. Sometimes the shares don't do well. Let's see what the question is. Number one, write down the name of the investment plan that Mrs. Rogue has. The name of the investment plan. Where is it? Can you all see? What is the name of the investment plan? Nice and easy, 2 marks. Name of the investment plan. The Old Mutual is the company that she's investing in, but the plan's got a special name. Yes, Smart Max. It's this one here. All right. Smart Max Focus Education Plan. All right, that's the one. That's the name of the investment plan. Yes, well done to you all. Good. 2 marks in the bag. Nice and easy. Okay. Very good. All right, let's erase all the instructions. Number 2, calculate the value of A, the number of units earned from the given fund value. What is A? The number of units earned from the given fund value. So let's have a look here. We have a unit price, a price per unit in cents. This is how many units this person has, and therefore this is the value of all those units. Now be careful. I know what you're thinking, but be careful. I need someone to come in online and tell me what we're going to do here. Is there anyone that has an idea? We need to work out, A, how many units this person has. Is there anybody out there that can help us? No more matrics. It's just grade 10s and 11s now. It's your time to shine, grade 10s and 11s. Where's the local people? Where's the Biancas and the Tiamos and the Emmanuels and the Tandos and the Catlejos?
Talk to us, guys. We don't bite.
Yeah, we haven't heard your voice in a while. They've kept a low profile while the matrix have been. But now it's your time to shine.
Shine brighter than a diamond.
Ah,
Ti
yeah.
amo in your silent learner era. Okay, I see you.
Anybody else who'd like to try? How many units of this investment has this person got? Yes, we do need to do that. Very good. We do need to do that. Okay, so Tiana was saying we need to divide. Now, are we happy? Can I do that? Can I just go ahead and divide here, guys? I don't know if you can hear hesitation in my voice. We're gonna divide, but we're gonna divide, but what? What's the problem? Before we divide, what's the issue? We're gonna take this number, and we're gonna take this number, and we're gonna divide. Can I go? Can I go ahead and do that? Are you all happy for me to do that, or is there something that you're worried about, like I'm worried about? Oh, it's crickets out there. All right, let me give you a hint. There we go.
Katla, just check for a message on your screen that is, there we go.
Hello, sir.
Hey, good Lero, good to hear your voice.
I was thinking we should subtract.
Subtract. So
Mm.
if you have, let's say you have 5 shares and the shares are each 20 Rand, what will you do to work out the total number of shares?
Hey.
Don't worry about the question. So if I have 5 shares and they're each 20
Mm-hmm.
Rand, how do I work out how much the value of the shares in total?
Oh, you divide.
Yeah, for this one we'll have to multiply, but so in this case we will have to divide. So it's the same thing but in reverse. So we've got a fund value here, which is determined by the unit price per unit of this fund, and then the number of
Mm-hmm.
units and the number of units that we have. So we need to divide. Okay, but can you see what I've highlighted there?
Yes, sir.
What's the
The cents and the rand.
cents and the rand? So we can't actually divide these yet until we make the units the same. So I'm going to change one of these around. Which one would you like to change around? Would you like to change the unit price? Or would you like to change the fund value?
The unit price.
All right, let's change the unit price into rands. So we're going to say 8266470 cents. And we want to change this into rands. How do we do that?
It's going to.
If you have
I forgot.
if you have 100 cents, how do you change 100 cents into a rand? You got to divide,
I
eh?
think that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to
Divide by
divide.
100.
Yeah, we're going to divide that by 100. Okay, so we're going to say 8266.47 divided by 100, and that'll give us
It's
826.
82. Yes.
Yeah, 82 Rand and 66. Oopsie.
And 2647.
Yeah. So I've got all my cents. I'm keeping all the decimals there. Now we've got rands and rands. Okay, now we're going to do what you suggested. I'm going to take my value of all the units, and we know each unit is 82 Rand and 6647 cents.
So
And now
it's actually 82,267 2647. 26.
mm, I'm checking this number here in the document. 8266470. 8266470. Let me check my calculator. Maybe there's a mistake there.
Divide by 100.
8266470 divided by 100. 826647. Yeah, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. All right. And so we're going to take the total fund value now, which is that number, and we're going to divide by the unit price. So this is, if I write here per unit, maybe it'll make more sense. So this is per unit. Okay. And let's divide these two now and see what we get. So in my fraction, 8038.07 divided by 82.6647. Now it says 97.23703. 97, I'm just going to write the number here first. 97.23703. 23703. And we'll round that off to 97, comma. What will we get? Katlego, you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
What will the second decimal be there?
I think it's 1. So is it not 1?
The second decimal 3,
3.
will it change?
No, because of the 7.
The 7 will change it, yeah. So if it's 5 or more, it will change it. So that's going to be 2, 4.
4.
There we go. Katlego, thank you so much for your help. Does it make sense now?
Yes, yes, it does make sense.
All right, excellent. Okay, so this is the price for 1 unit of this investment. Okay, the price for 1 unit of this investment. Okay, so that was question number 3, I think. This is the price for 1 unit of this investment. Let me take all of this and we'll move it down to below the question. Down, down, down. Make some space here and shrink it up. All right, there we go. So that is the price for one of these units that the person investment in. Okay, next question. Woo, these questions are interesting. Here we go. Number 3, show by means of calculation. Show. All right, so show by means of calculation that Mrs. Rogue lost 45.88% of the total premiums she contributed towards the fund by terminating. So she paid a whole lot of money in premiums. There was a total premiums. And I said to you, I'll show you again. Here it is at the bottom. These are the total premiums. We've got to show that she lost 45.88% to get to this. Okay, let me just check the question again. Show by means of calculation that Mrs. Rogue lost 45.88% of the total premiums she contributed towards the fund by terminating her investment. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to see if this 12,000 is dropped to 8,038, what is that percentage as a drop? Okay. Now, who has an idea on how we can try this? I'm going to help you guys out for this one, but who has an idea? Anyone out there with an inkling of how we work this out? How do we work out what the drop between these numbers is as a percentage? Is this Emmanuel? Or is this Raphael Emmanuel? Oh, sorry, Emmanuel, I muted you again. Sorry. Kia's pressing buttons on. There we go.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Is it Raphael?
Rapila. It happens a lot, so it happens a lot.
Rapila, Emmanuel. So your first name is actually Rapila?
Sir?
Is your first name Emmanuel or Rapila?
Emmanuel, but my surname is Rapil.
Okay. Where is it? Is that a Sotho name? Basotho?
No, it's a Sepedi name. Sepedi.
Sapedi. Ah, very interesting.
Yes, sir.
Very interesting. All right, Emmanuel, what do we do?
Yes, sir. So the question is, we need to find out, or we have to prove that the
To
the
to
termination.
the total premiums at the bottom dropped
Yes, sir.
to this 8,000. Is that drop 45.88%?
Okay, there we go. So what we have to do, we take the number that you highlighted in green, which is 8,000 and 38 rand 7 cents,
Yeah.
and we're going to divide it by 12,924 and 75 cent. And then what you're going to do is you're going to multiply it by 100 so that it can give you the percentage you are looking for.
All right, let's try that.
It's 8038.07 divided by 12,924.75 multiplied by 100. Yo, interesting.
Interesting. You actually pretty much there. All right. I'm gonna rephrase it a little bit. So, what if I said to you, Emmanuel, how much did the fund drop from the total premiums to that 8,000 rand? How much did it drop?
Oh, there we go. There we go, sir. So, I just noticed that's the small mistake when as soon as you said how much it dropped. So we're going to take the 12,924, 12,924 and 75 cent, and then you're going to subtract it. You're gonna say 12,924 minus 8038.07, and then it will give you 4,886.68. So what we're going to do with that answer is that we're going to take 12,000. No, we're going to take this 4,000 that we just calculated, and we're going to divide it by the 12,000,
Yes.
12,924 rand and 75 cent, and multiply that one by 100, and then it will
Yes.
give us the percentage that they said they want.
Yes, let's try it out. Okay, absolutely. So that's why I asked him, how much did it change? Because the question is very similar, but what percentage did it change and how much it changes is very similar. So if I said to you, how much did it decrease by? You would actually work that out by subtracting. And like Emmanuel said, we get this value here. I'm going to write it on the screen for you. Okay, so this fund dropped by 4,886 rand and 68 cents. So 4,886 and 68 cents. So this is how much the fund dropped by. But they want to know this drop. What is it as a percentage? So this initial 12,000 was dropped by this value, but what is that decrease as a percentage? So we need this value as a percentage of the original amounts. So we put it over the original amounts and we times by 100, and then let's see. Let's see what we get. So 4886.68 and over 12924.75, 12924.75 times 100. Oh, now something's not right. So we see that we get 37,000, sorry, not 37,000, 37,808. So what have we done wrong? What have we missed here? That isn't right. We have to get that answer, 4588, 45,88. So what have we done wrong? Who can give us an idea of what needs to change here? Anybody? The question says somebody. The question says show that you should get 45,88%. We're getting 37,8. So this drop is 37%. It should be 45. It should be more. The decrease should be more. So what are we missing, ladies and gentlemen? What have we done wrong? This percentage decrease is not enough. We need to go further. So what's wrong with our calculation here? We're analyzing our methodology. What should we have done? Come on, all you people out there. I know you can see it. Where is the mistake here? Where's Rappel? Emmanuel, come back to us, my friend. Anybody out there, can you see Emmanuel, you there?
Yes, yes, I'm here.
What we got 37%. We should be getting 45. We should be getting more. It should have dropped by more. So
This
what?
one,
So there's a
was about
value. There's a value that's not right here. This drop from 12,900 to 8,038 is not big enough. It's only giving us 37%. It needs to be bigger. So look at the
is there,
table again.
okay. It's a difference between fund, okay.
I'll read the question again at the bottom and you'll get the clue.
What about the transaction charges?
Yes. Okay. Yes. All right. It's transaction charges. So they say here it's a termination. All right. There's a termination. And if you terminate, there are reduction fees and transaction charges. We don't know what they are. But whatever they are, they bring us to a new total of 6,995. So this drops even more. So this value here should be 6,995.25. That'll make this difference of 4,800 even bigger, don't you think, Emmanuel?
I think so. It would.
Yeah, it would. It'll make it bigger. So we're going to say 12,924.75 minus 6,995.25. That's bigger. That's bigger. 5,929.5. 5,929.50. Let's try this out. Let's see if this hits it. It should hit it, guys. This has got to be it. All right, so 5,929.5. 12,924.75 times 100. There we go. There we go. 45877.096. 45877.096%. And Emmanuel, I'm sure you agree that we need to round this off to 45,8. Looking at the second decimal there.
Oh, 45,88.
That's the one. That's the one on the money. Let's check the question. Yes, 45,88%. Showed to get how to get this value. Are we all happy with that? Emmanuel, you happy with that?
More than satisfied.
All right. So luckily enough, this question said, show that you need to get 45,88%, which is really helpful to us because we can actually try and then see, oh, we didn't get 45, we got 37. What's going on here? We're supposed to drop from 12,924 to whatever value we're dropping to should be a drop of 45%, but ours only dropped by 37%. It's not dropping far enough. The distance, the gap between the two numbers is not big enough. So we originally used the 8,000 here, but that didn't give us a big enough drop. So then we changed it to this value here. Of course, that makes sense because when you terminate, you have to pay fees. And actually, that's what you're going to have to get out, 6,995. So we put that value in over here. Yes, this drop is big enough because this drop gives us 45,88%. Ek's baie gelukkig dat julle bly is.